Guys, this is an early 80s Bear Cub, glass powered limbs. It's got on here 47 pounds and that's at 28 inches, but I just checked it on my scale. I'm pulling right at 50 pounds at my draw length, which is about 29 1/4. So what do y'all think? This bow shooting a 368 grain arrow. That's with a 100 grain tilt, but that's the total weight is 368 grains. Put down there in the comments real quick how many feet a second you think this shoots. Well, good morning guys, welcome back to Papaw's place. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friends. Guys, today I'm doing something a little different. For some of my regular viewers that watch, y'all know Papaw's place is a little bit about everything. But there's one thing I really ain't touched on much in my YouTube time, but this year you're gonna start seeing a little more of it, and that is my hunting. I've hunted all of my life, and from the age 14 up until the year of 2013, compound bow hunting was 98% of my hunting for white-tailed deer. 2013 I went off to work, and I stayed gone, and even when I was home for the short days during winter time, I would usually, when I went to shoot something, I just grabbed a rifle because it was rifle season, and I just basically dropped the bow hunting. Well, I come in 2020 when COVID come out, my life made another change to where I've stayed at home and started my own tractor and lawn service, and it's doing great, thank y'all. And I wanted to start something new this year, but I wanted to start something that would strike my interest. Now, for years and years and years, I've had this old Bear Cub. This is an early 80 models. Now, I didn't get it new. I don't even know where I come across it. I'm sure somebody was throwing it away. Bear Cub glass powered bow here. It's 47 pounds, which that's at 28 inch draw. But at my draw length, which is around 29 1/4, I'm pulling right, you might well say 50 pounds. It's 49.8, what's on my scales. So I'm gonna get into traditional hunting this year. I've always wanted to shoot me a deer with this, but I never was. Back when I was really hunting, I'm like, no, if I take that thing, a nice buck deer is gonna step out and I'm gonna be stuck up that tree with this. Well, now I'm at the age that I really don't care what steps out, really don't care if I miss it. Now, yeah, it'll make me mad if a big 150 class buck comes out and I'm sitting there with this, but hey, I'm gonna learn how to shoot it. If he gets in with 20 yards, I got good intentions of killing it. So I just think that'll add a new interest to my life, and y'all gonna start seeing a little bit more about the bow. Now, this old bow here, it wasn't brown with that black edging on it. That's something I did. Y'all know I'm always making stuff my own. This bow is an old greenish looking color, and I can tell that, remember it, because right here I left it where it had the weight, the serial number and stuff put on the bow. I had a piece of tape over it, so when I painted the bow, just this old dull brown, I call it brown bear. An old brown bear here. Now, yeah, I would like to shoot a deer with it, but I've been playing with this for a few weeks now to see if I thought my interest might get up, and it did. So I'm right now, at the time of making this video, and I may have it by the time y'all see this video, is trying to find me a good low end price, but a good bow, and it's several out there on the market, so I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between, and I ain't made my mind up. But I'm gonna try to make my mind up, like I said, maybe tonight, go on and order me a new bow. So I'm finna fire this off, and y'all gonna see this old glass powered bow. It really ain't that loud. I just put some yarn puffs on it, and I put them on there myself. we're gonna fire it off, and then we're gonna go over and shoot it through the chronograph. Now the arrow I'm shooting right here, if I didn't say already, is a carbon arrow, 500, 45 to 60 pounds, 7.3. I got to get that out there where I can see, 7.3 grains per inch. And I just weighed it on the scale. It's a total of 368 grains with this tip. That's what I've been shooting through this bow with its tune. Now, yes, sir, I'm new to traditional bows, but I know all about the tuning and stuff because I've done that with many a different compound bows. And this bow right here is tuned well with this. Now, I haven't shot no broadheads through it yet because, like I said, hopefully I got a new bow to hunt with. But there ain't nothing wrong with this. This bow fits my hand good. It's got that narrow grip on it. You can see somebody drill some holes in it. They're probably trying to put sights on it before so they can shoot it better. Hey, that may have been me as long as I've had this bow. I can't remember. But let's fire it off down there. Now, I ain't shooting at my cardboard deer there. I learned years ago. I got tired of wasting money on targets. So I got me a good dirt pile there. It ain't real hard to clay, and it's great for shooting in. That way you can shoot broadheads in it. Just take your little brush and brush the dirt out of your broadheads. But I ain't shooting at the deer. There's a dot right back there, and I'm sure y'all can't see it. It's a little bitty orange dot. Now I'm gonna shoot at it just so y'all can see this bow shooting now, because I ain't that good. And I don't know if y'all can see me sitting here. I'm trying to look at the camera, but I think y'all see me good enough to know it's me shooting, and I'm 18 yards. Now, I ain't that good. I just want to shoot the bow for y'all. No, that there's about 4 inches left and about 2 inches low. That would have been a bad shot. Guys, this is the real deal. I ain't cutting nothing out showing you that it's only the shots I hit close to the dot. Let's try her again. That there I think would have got in a deer. Let's go look at it up close. No, guys, that was the shadow I was looking at. Here's the dot I'm shooting at right there. And there's about 2 inches high and to the right. All right, third time's gonna be the charm. Y'all watch this. Third time's gonna be the charm, guys. I don't know how good y'all can see the air flight, but for an old bow like this, it's just a little too stout for me. I need about a 35 pound, so that would make me pulling closer to 40. This 50 here, I can't hold it back. I go to shaking. Get that hat bill up out of the way. All right, let's see if I can concentrate a little better here. Well, left and right looks better, but I'm still about 4 inches. Y'all want to see one more? Let's try one. Now, as a long time bow hunter I am, that 4-inch low shot right there could have turned out to have been a perfect shot on a deer. Because a deer is going to instinctively, some people say duck the air. They ain't ducking the air, they just getting in a run stance and it throws their body down. And that could have put that right in his engine room there, even though it was 4 inches low shooting at them dots. But I want to try to get one more here, and then we're going to go over and shoot through the chronograph. See, that's the same place, 4 inches low. Can y'all tell how good that air is flying? So let's go over here and shoot through the chronograph. See how fast this bow is shooting a 368 grain arrow at about 29 1/4. It's not over 29 1/2. My draw length. Now that arrow there's like a 30 and a half inch arrow. And I left it at that length with that 100 grain tip to get it to tune to this bow. Guys, this is an early 80s Bear Cub, glass powered limbs. It's got on here 47 pounds, and that's at 28 inches, but I just checked it on my scale. I'm pulling right at 50 pounds at my draw length, which is about 29 and a quarter. So what do y'all think? This bow shooting a 368 grain arrow. That's with a 100 grain tilt, but that's the total weight is 368 grains. Put down there in the comments real quick how many feet a second you think this shoots. Alright, here we go, guys. I'm gonna tell y'all a couple times what it shoots, and then I'm gonna move y'all up here so you can actually see it when I shoot. That's 179. That's 178. Now I'm gonna get y'all up here maybe where y'all can see the numbers. Alright, here we go. Third shot. $178. Uh-oh, that's a duplicate. Yep, duplicate. So just so that won't be a distraction on the duplicates, I'm gonna clear it out so it won't be saying duplicate on nothing, so y'all can see exactly. Guys, this ain't bad for an old cheap Bear Cub bow, and it ain't that light. That says 183. So 183 is the highest so far, and I'm drawing this just like I'm shooting. $178. So there you have it. We got 3 178s out of them. So guys, I want to explain a little more why I said that shot that was low may be the perfect shot for when you're deer hunting. It ain't about shooting dots. You take deer hunting, this cardboard here is cut out the average size of the average doe in my neck of the woods. But if you up a tree stand, and this is where all of my life with a compound bow is what I tried to tell myself in my brain and everybody else. And you trying to shoot that deer right there, you coming down at this angle. Well, if you shot low 4 inches, that's down here. That's if the deer don't do no drop. If the deer puts a little drop in itself, that's going to be right dead center. And at that angle, that would have been a perfect shot. Same thing if you shooting straight. If I was aiming, cause me, even with my compound bow, that I could shoot very well, I didn't shoot down here because you in the heat of the moment, you ain't got time to think, so 90% of the time you're gonna shoot, or I did, for right here. That way it allows me for mistakes, misjudging distance, or whatever. So again, even on the ground, if I'm shooting straight, you drop down 4 inches, that's just right at the bottom of the deer. But if the deer drops a couple inches, that's gonna put it right in his heart. So them low shots don't just get discouraged. So if you shooting your bow and thinking shots like this gotta nail that dot every time to be a good hunter, you badly wrong. You ain't gotta be a dot shooter. I've seen dot shooters that get in the tree and they can't kill nothing. And they would just ask me, and that's what I'd laugh and tell them. Shooting them orange dots don't do you no good. That's another thing I like about shooting a dirt pile. Now, I got that little dot right there, but a lot of times if I ain't got nothing out here, you see you walk out, that dirt pile's kind of brown like a deer, or you can kind of pick out a spot on it, just say that little bitty dirt clod. Kind of, that'd be like the little ruffle in the deer hair. That's what you focus on. Perfect shot on a deer is right down here. Some people think that would get into the shoulder. No, the shoulder, I don't know if y'all can see that little line. It's got a little pocket right here, and that's where your heart's behind there. You get up here, you got further back because your shoulder blade comes back. But most of the time, the edge of that, unless you get over here in the big bone, you shoot right through there. That way it gives you a little bit of area for making a mistake. Which I'm gonna have a lot of them this year with this bow right here. Y'all can see where I started shooting here. I shot him in the leg one time yesterday. I got to get things tightened up. I'm not going hunting until I can get just 18 yards where I can consistently shoot I want 3 inches consistently, like every shot. 4 inches, but yeah. The way I'm scattering them now, and my problem, guys, is the release. I don't want to shoot a release like compound bows. I want to do this traditionally. My problem is when I release right, I'm in my 4 to 3 inch circles consistently. But all them there is when I start shooting too much, because it's fun shooting, instead of taking breaks, I start yanking instead of coming with a smooth release. And when you don't get a smooth release with these traditional bows, yeah, you ain't gonna hit nothing no matter what, because it yanks it all over the place. So I'm working on my release. If I get my release down, I'm gonna get me a deer. So as y'all just seen on a chronograph right there, the bow's shooting pretty good speed. I mean, that ain't bad at all for under 50 pounds of draw on a recurve. Now, how this thing has been hanging in my shed for all these years and ain't got warped limbs or something on it, God only knows. Because I leave it out there in the shed and it's been hanging up there and it just hangs on the rafters, and it's been there for, I've lived here 25 years and I had this bow before I moved to this area. But anyway, Bear, that just goes to show you, you see an old bow like this, somebody throw it away or something, grab it up. Grab it up. Look on eBay. I mean, they're not, these bows right now, or the last time I looked on eBay, which was a couple weeks ago. Now, somebody hadn't spray painted it and all, but the bow sold higher price than some of your cheap, good shooting bows nowadays. And when I'm saying that, I'm talking about $100, $150, $175. And you can buy some decent shooting bows that I see people shooting. And that's why I got my mind all mixed up on which one I want to get, how much I want to spend on one. Do I want to spend that $150 range, or do I want to get up there that $350 range? Because I ain't going no higher than that. And that's what I'm trying to decide on. So y'all gonna be seeing some archery shooting. And if I can figure out how to get that camera in a tree, or like I said, even though I've been hunting and done killed some deer with my compound and stuff since I've been YouTubing, that was just my time. That's just something I took. I said, I'm not working, I'm not doing YouTube videos, because that's, to me, that's part of my work to help make some income, is these YouTube videos. So that's one thing that I did keep to myself that I wasn't doing. That's just how I made my mind up, guys. But now, I think this here will give me something else to make videos about. Maybe share some of my knowledge on hunting out in the woods. Maybe y'all can come along with me and blood trail up old floppy-eared doe. That one's in there, guys. I said it's in there. It's actually about 1.25 inches low, but that's in there for me. If I can get to where I can shoot a 3-inch circle consistently, and I'm practicing at 18 yards because I don't want to shoot a deer over 20. And if I can get a 3-inch circle consistently shooting, I'm gonna feel pretty confident. First, I want to ask you, how many of you have or had ever had one of these old bear cubs growing up? Now, I know as a kid, yeah, up until I got to be 14 and got a compound, I had these, played with these old bows. And because my brother and them was older, and my daddy and them bow hunted, so they had old bows. And back then, you know, they didn't think nothing about it when they got a new bow, especially when they went to compound bows. When they went to compound bows, back then, if a person would have knew, you could have got 100 of these out of the dumpsters. It was just like hanging in the house for a long time, and they get tired of them, throw them away like, I ain't shooting that thing no more. But how many of you ever had these? I mean, I wished I had a shed just full of the bows people threw away. Like I said, some of them worth way more now than they were back when they were sold, and Bear still makes some of the same name brands. They using the same name, and the old bows would be worth more than the new bows they're selling now, even though they done got new technology for their limbs and stuff. Now while I'm taking a break from shooting the bow so my arms can get a little, so I ain't shaking and stuff, I've got my bow box. I had it out since I've been rigging up this bow. As y'all can see, I have a box with nothing but bow stuff. Everything from arrow fletchers, disc valve arrow fletchers, knocks, points, extra string for my compound, and my crossbow. Y'all see my crossbow hanging back there? I bought that crossbow for one purpose. Back in the day, and it's still that way, I live about 30 miles from a refuge that's turkey hunting is archery only. And I tried it with my compound bow, but I was really into turkey hunting then. About a couple of times getting busted because I would do just the run and gun, they call it, where I didn't take no blinds, I didn't take nothing. I just strike out through the woods before daylight, get out there, hear one gobble, go over there, sit down by a tree. Well, I kept getting busted. So I purchased that crossbow right there, just to turkey hunt with. Guys, I killed one turkey. Year I got the bow. The next year, the whole place was flooded, and I didn't go that year. And then, I think it was one more year, something happened, I didn't get to go there with the crossbow. I went back one other year, never could get one close enough. Now, I had good luck with my shotgun at other areas I turkey hunted back then, but that refuge right over there was so many people archery hunting in the area I was, them suckers was wild. But anyway, back to my bow box. We gonna do inventory here. See, there's a mechanical table bow press for some compound bows. Works great. I got a homemade big press over here, but I'm gonna try to see what I got. Put everything that's more or less compound related in the bottom part, and then have the top part up here, which is full. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I need a bigger box. Vanes for my traditional bow, or at least get something a little better organized. But if you're gonna get into bow hunting and you ain't never been into bow hunting, before you know it, you'll look like this. It's addictive, guys. Very addictive. And nowadays, the bows is ridiculously high. Ridiculously high. The highest priced compound bow I had, and it ain't the last one that I still got right now, was a Hoyt Katera. And I think back then I paid like $650 for it. And I thought that was ridiculous. Now, for that same color per bow in today's time, you're talking about $2,000, $2,500 rigged out. Now that was just the bow to $650 back then, so you could probably get $1,500 for that same, but that's still ridiculously high. And you don't need it. There is awesome shooting bows on the market that ain't the high dollar name brands that you can kill deer just as good with. But guys, I was just gonna give y'all a little sneak peek of my archery stuff here I'm fooling with. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed day. God bless. See y'all next time.